Good afternoon and welcome to Fast Horses Today. Today is Saturday, it is March 15th, and we have a nice day of racing over at Santa Anita today. I'm going to skip over the first couple races. I'm going to go to the late pick 5. I do like the late pick 5 as well as I like that turf pick 3 today at Santa Anita, which turf pick 3 includes races 6, 8, and 10, and the late pick 5 starts in the 6th race. So let's go to the 6th race. 6th race has an approximate post time about 3:40 Pacific, so 5:40 here Central Time Zone. It's a second level allowance, and there's 6 furlongs on the grass. That's the flat grass course. So I know they are running on the turf today. They're considering the turf good. We'll see what the rain over the last few days has done to the turf. I'm sure it looks great. They do such a nice job taking good care of that turf course there at Santa Anita. But anyway, we've got a 6 furlong race here, second level allowance as I mentioned. I've got 3 horses I'm going to put in who I think should get this pick 5 started. I'm going to put the 2 who is Man Among Men, Richard Mandela. A couple changes here on this horse. We're putting blinkers on, as well as Frankie Dettori gets on the horse here. So now this horse, had been running in some longer races last year, and as well as first time out this year. They brought this horse off a pretty good layoff. The Richard Mandela barn. We hadn't seen this horse since June of last year, and he ran in early February. Ended up running a mile and an eighth, and was a favorite that day. And just kind of ran up the track. I feel like it was just a race. The horse probably needed the race, and maybe the horse didn't even want to run that long as a mile and an eighth. So they're shortening up to 6. This horse should be ready to go. I think that Dettori is going to have some live horses today, and he'll probably have a big day. I think we all may have read about his tax problems, Frankie, and maybe he'll get a few dollars here and take care of some of those problems he had. So anyway, we'll put the 2 Man Among Men. We're going to also put the 3 horse who is Vlahos for Doug O'Neill. Edwin Maldonado gets back on the horse. Now, Vlahos has always been a nice horse, and he's been doing most of his work on dirt, but it looks like they want to make a turf campaign this year. They put him in off a long way off. They put him in the Clocker's Corner, which was originally scheduled for the turf, of course, and that rained that day, so they moved over to the dirt, and it worked out well because Vlahos, is now a stakes winner because he took care of a small field there. Looked to me like that horse, even though he won the race, looked like he needed the race, so I think he'll get a lot out of that. Turf shouldn't be a problem. Like I said, it looks like they're trying to, get this horse on the turf this year. So here they go with a second level allowance race. He's 4-1. So we'll put the 3 horse, Vlahos, and then I'm going to put the 5 horse who is We're in Trouble, Michael McCarthy. Michael McCarthy brings this horse in off a long layoff. We haven't seen this horse since the Oceanside. That's opening day of the Del Mar Summer Meet. So this horse had come off a couple nice sprint races, wins on the Santa Anita grass course, running on this 6 furlong flat grass, as well as winning down the hill too. So, that, shows you this horse likes the Santa Anita grass, 2 for 2, including, a sprint on this 6 furlong flat grass and the downhill course. So, they put the horse in at the Oceanside. Something I went and missed there, after an even effort. We hadn't seen this horse since. Horse has been working out okay, and, 7-2, Juan Hernandez takes the call. And as I've said many times, I have no problem with horses, coming off a long layoff, going to a turf sprint. The good trainers have them ready, and Mike McCarthy's certainly a good trainer. So we'll put the 2, 3, and the 5 to get this pick 5 started. Move over to the 6th race, the 7th race of the day. 7th race is, your Northern California style race. This is a $5,000 claimer, non-winner of 2, 6 furlongs on the dirt. I'm going to, put 4 horses here. I'm not going to speak too much here about this race. I just want to get through it here with these 4 horses. I'll put the 1, Roy Hobbs, for Jorge Maraville, and Hector Herrera is on the horse here. So, we'll see if this horse can do this at 2-1. Put the 3 horse, Travel the Map, Tim McCanna. Escobedo takes the ride. This horse is dropping, from 16,000 down to 5. Should make the horse faster. I'm going to put the 8 horse. 8 horse being Hermelinda's Fancy for Francisco Rodriguez and Aisel Espinoza. Now, we've seen Aisel Espinoza certainly do well with these kind of races and get a lot of wins. This horse is also dropping from 16, 4-1 in the program. Should be much faster here with these 5,000 level. And then finally, we'll go to the outside, put Laura's Cadeau. Laura's Cadeau for Dan Marco, Kyle Frey. Now, this horse had been campaigning over there in Northern California last year. His last few races were over at Emerald Downs in the Seattle area, and so we haven't seen this horse since September of 24. The layoff should be fine, especially in this kind of level. Maybe it'll be fresh. Horse is 9-2 here. So we've got the 1, 3, 8, and 11. That's in the 7th race. All right, let's move over to the 8th race of the day. 8th race being the feature. This is the Santa Ana, Grade 3. There's a 1.25 miles on the turf. And these are fillies and mares 4 and up. And, nice field of horses here put together. But, I just seem very simple here with the favorite being the 8 horse. And 8 horse being Kathy and Marissa. Even money here. Richard Dutrow, Frankie Dettori. Dutrow, is 0 for 9 this year over at Santa Anita. But we know Dutrow can train. He had a nice finisher last week in a race. So, maybe the Dutrow barn with limited starters, is getting it going. But anyway, this horse certainly looks the part of the even money favorite. Based on her last race, she ran a really nice race in the Grade 1 American Oaks. Finished second to She Feels Pretty. Now, there was not going to be anyone beating She Feels Pretty that day. She was just a complete monster that day. And, Dettori did everything he could. Same distance here, 1.25 miles on the turf. He made a bit of an early move, but he was just trying to win the race. He knew what he had to go up against. She Feels Pretty. And She Feels Pretty ended up blown by her in the stretch there at Santa Anita. So, I feel like if this horse runs anywhere near that race that she ran in the American Oaks, she'll be certainly very, very tough here. Workouts look good. Dutrow should have this horse ready. This is a single for me, Kathy and Marissa at even money in the Santa Ana. All right, let's move over to the next race of the day, being the 9th race. This is a 6 furlong dirt race for Calbred, maiden claimers, $50,000 horses. These are 3-year-olds. So this is a race we've got to be careful with because, they are running for $50,000, but it's like kind of like give up time here because, if you can't get it done at the maiden special weight, that's the next level, and then after that, who knows. But I'm going to put 5 horses here. If we hit the single of Kathy and Marissa, we're going to put 5 horses, see if we can get a price here, because I do have a horse I like in the next race. So the 9th race, we're going to put James J. Braddock, Steve Knapp, Antonio Fresu. This horse, shows a kind of a usual pattern of these type of horses here, running in special weights a couple times, just kind of even races. They put him in for 50. He got much faster, came second. He should end up running well again today. He's 8 to 1, so we'll take that price. Going to put the 2 who is riding by, George Papa Padromo. Papa Padromo hasn't been winning lately, but we'll see. This guy seems to go in swings. Asa Espinoza takes the call here. Now this horse has been running in special weights, running on the turf lately, even races. But the drop to the 50. And let's see if the move over to the dirt makes this horse faster. 4 to 1, we'll put riding by. Gonna also put Charms Away, Luis Mendez. Escobedo takes the ride. Escobedo's been on this horse the last few times. This horse has shown some good races in his past. And, some good races as a 2-year-old, kind of running there, got beat by a couple of the nicer Calbreds. And, I just don't know if that kind of gave this horse a big case of second and third itis, because he hasn't gotten it done in 8 starts. I do like his last race. He ended up running with Roman Gratis. And Roman Gratis is also a Luis Mendez horse. That horse is just very, very fast, who just ran him off their feet. He broke his maiden that day after getting DQ'd when he broke his maiden easily the time before. So he ran third. Charms Away ran third to Roman Gratis. And I think that's a definite accomplishment because that horse seems to be pretty talented. So we'll put the 3 in there. And I'm going to put the 8, who is 3 Wire, Andy Mathis. Kyle Frey takes the call. Frey had this horse last time. Now, this horse comes out of the Roman Gratis race where Gratis got DQ'd, unfortunately. So, if you remember that race, Roman Gratis got out really quick and ended up just kind of blowing out the field and getting DQ'd for something that they allegedly said at the start. So, this horse I thought ran a nice race, was up close there to a fast pace, and, just kind of gave it up there. So, maybe, the drop in class here should make this horse faster. He's 5 to 1, certainly worth a shot here. And then I'll put the 9, who is Hot Tiger Knights. Andy Mathis as well. He's got the second of 2 here. This horse is, qualifies here in the Calbred ranks. He's actually a New Mexico bred, but, the breeding is California breeding, so it's probably on how they file the papers, the full papers, whatever. So this horse does qualify. So he puts him in for $50,000 on the tag. Shows okay, works. And Mathis, seems to do okay in this type of situation with running and maiden claimers. So 6 to 1, Aguilar on the horse. We'll put this horse in. So we've got the 1, 2, 3, 8, and 9. All right, now let's move over to the last race of the day. Last race being the 10th race. And this is a maiden special weight. This is 6 furlongs on the grass. And these are 3-year-old fillies. And, I've got 2 horses here, but I got a horse that I really like. I'm making a win bet on this horse. And I'm going to put 2 horses in for the pick 5 purposes. So I'm going to bet the the 6 horse here, who was Robin with a Y. So I'll put this horse in the pick 5, of course, making a win bet on Robin with a Y. This horse trained by Paula Gary, ridden by the apprentice Carmona. If you get a chance to watch the film on this girl, I mean, wow, she ran just such a nice race. I mean, this was an attention grabber to me. I didn't bet the race that day. I didn't even watch the race live. I was just watching replays and saw this, and I said, wow, I got to watch this horse next time she runs. And she ended up getting beat by Canto della Torre, who, ended up beating this girl here near the wire. That was a Flavian Pratt ridden horse, Phil D'Amato trained horse, who was very ready to go there. Robin with a Y just got out so nicely, fought for the lead, many lengths in front of the rest of the field, fought it out, took the lead, had a lead, got run down right at the end by Canto della Torre, but they were far ahead of the rest of the field. And, I'm not surprised. She got a huge speed figure here, 87 Beyer. I don't know about those other figures, but I'm going to guess that she was probably, off the charts on some of those other speed figures that people might follow. But, she's 3-1 today. I'm making a win bet on Robin with a Y. I would love to get that 3-1. The apprentice rode her very well. Gary sees fit to put the apprentice right back on her. And, it might be go time from here. I mean, if you had this horse last time at 18-1, I'm sorry, because, she was ready to go, and she ran a beautiful race just to get beat. But, we'll go with her today. And I don't really expect any bounce. It's been nearly 2 months since her last race, so I'm sure Gary took good care of her, and she's ready to go today. That would be Robin with a Y. All right, I'm also going to put the 10 horse for pick 5 purposes. And, it's just simply a case of, if I got a nice live ticket here, I do really like Robin with a Y, but, I'd hate to see Kent the Sormel beat me out of a pick 5, with a horse that also ran well her first time. Now, this is a John Sheriff's horse. She was a first starter last time. Sheriff's not being too good at the first start. And, this horse ended up running 6.5 on the grass, on the flat grass. She had the 1 hole. Just got out kind of average. The Sormel pushed her up. She showed some nice speed. She was kind of running, really greenly, I thought, and kind of like a, big baby, which, makes sense. She's first starter there. She's a big purchase price, $575,000. CRK Stables, they spend a lot of money on horses. She just ended up running a nice race, really was kind of just running, like I said, like a big baby. Ended up coming third that day, got beat by Jungle Peace. Jungle Peace came on to win again after that, so that's, live race there. Entresa's 7-2. Like I said, I really like Robin with a Y, but, maybe DeSormo shows up motivated and wants to, teach the apprentice a lesson. We could see that happening. But, if the 6 Robin with a Y, if she runs like she did last time, will be really tough to beat. But Entresa, certainly, could be there as well. So we'll put the 6 and the 10 and win bet on the 6. All right, now let's recap the day and recap the tickets. Okay, so today we've got a late pick 5, which starts in the 6th race, as well as a turf pick 3. So let's start with that turf pick 3. All right, let's start with the late pick 5, which starts in the 6th race. In the 6th race, we've got the 2, 3, 5, with the 1, 3, 8, 11, with the single of the 8, with the 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, with the 6 and 10. And that pick 5 ticket today costs $60. Now let's go over to the turf pick 3, which this includes races 6, 8, and 10. Now this is a $3 pick 3, so we're going to go with the 2, 3, 5, 7, with the 8, with the 6, 10 at the end, and that's a $24 ticket. And then I got a win bet on the 6 horse, who was Robin with a Y in the last race. So if you see fit, you can play as is, you can add or subtract, play the pick 3, play that late pick 3, maybe. I'm going to do that as well. Play that late pick 3. Whatever you decide to do, I wish you the best of luck. Let's wish the folks over at Santa Anita a great safe day of racing, and let's wish ourselves some good luck and some good trips, because that always helps. So as always, I appreciate you watching Fast Horses today. If you haven't done so already, thank you so much for doing so, for hitting the subscribe button, but please hit the subscribe button for me. You could like, dislike, make comments. I promise to respond to everything that comes my way. Let's create a discussion here. So as always, thank you so much. Let's have a wonderful day at Santa Anita, the great race place, and we'll see you back tomorrow for more coverage. Thank you.